Good morning, good morning, good morning. Alden Bynum, good morning. Ham and cheese, good morning. Cheese grits, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Alden Bynum. Good morning, and welcome to the Ridecast. I want to talk Notre Dame versus the ACC. I think it's a good, because I was happening to look up as I heard about this and their deal and stuff like that. It's good. I think it's good for Notre Dame. It's good for the ACC. It's not too much of traveling, too much going West Coast, come back to South Bend in the middle of the United States, then go to the East Coast, then come back to South Bend, then go to the South, because I don't know if they would play. I don't think they would play Miami. I'm just using that, or come to play Florida State. Just use that as an example, right? Or come, it's not too much wear and tear for travel. They're kind of the furthest they go up, the East Coast, and the East Coast is Syracuse, New York, to play the Cuse, who they played last year. And I saw just because I went to their YouTube channel. So they got the Syracuse game replayed, and it's another ACC opponent that's right there with that. But they played 4 ACC opponents last year, and so maybe 5, but I know definitely 4. But I think it's good because like I said, everything's situated right in there and stuff like that. Both teams break bread with one another. They get some of that, you get some of this. And I think it's going to be pretty good. Shoot. You better watch. ACC might have to watch out for Notre Dame and what they might have lined up on the field. Because they've been getting some recruits for the 21 season that I've seen and stuff like that. But I just know they got one kid from New Orleans. He was one of the top wide receivers in the country and in the state. Lawrence Keys, the third. I think it's Lawrence. I know it's Lawrence Keys. I think it's the third. But Lawrence Keys, who I want to see kind of do good, kind of do well, because he's from New Orleans and stuff like that. He went to 35. And they keep a stocked offensive line. Like somebody going in at least, they're going to have one first rounder come out of, they produce offensive line. So that's why I look at a lot of stuff from the offensive line point of view. How and who's returning at the offensive line. Did they get experience last year? Like I was looking at the Syracuse game, and they had a lot of penalties as an offensive line in that game. And I think last year, that's why they lost a couple of games, because it wasn't too much a drop-off from the year before when they made the playoff. And so, does Notre Dame still have a chance of making the playoff? They could. I'm saying they could. They got to knock off the U. They got to knock off Florida State. They got to knock off NC State. They got to knock off Clemson. They got to knock off Virginia Tech. Syracuse, Virginia Tech, Syracuse. Did I say Wake Forest? The U, University of North Carolina. Somebody else. It's one more. Maryland, right? They got to knock them off. So I think it's going to be interesting. It's Maryland Maryland in the ACC. They got to knock them off. I'm thinking of Rutgers. Not Rutgers. Yeah, I was thinking of Rutgers for a second. But they got to knock them off. You did. Notre Dame versus the ACC. And it's going to be good for football because Notre Dame, we won't play. We still. And Chip Kelly has been, they got whipped year before last in the playoff. You know what I'm saying? They did get their issue. They got. I was pulling for him too. I can't even lie, dog. I was pulling for him like this is gonna be the biggest upset. And how that turned out. That didn't turn out too well. That didn't age well. And yeah, they got the issue. You dig? I ain't gonna lie. But they qualify for it, and that was the thing. And it takes steps like that. And so it just take one season, one of those seasons where everything comes together, And so can Notre Dame can they go 10-0, 9-1, 10-1? Can a one-loss team make it to the 4? Out of that conference with Notre Dame in it, you got the SEC, the Big Ten, the Pac-12, SEC, Big Ten, Pac-12, right? The Big 12, who will have, because, it always takes, like, let's say they lose one, somebody undefeated, can they make it into the 4? You dig? And so, I don't know. Oh, and also, Notre Dame might be a good betting team, right? Feel me? Like to put some money, put some bread down on the over under, total. Like pow, right, covering, right? Shoot, Notre Dame might be one of them teams covering, like Notre Dame covering. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, and have a good covering record, either by the point spread or by the total of points that both teams put up. So that might be interesting. Another betting statistical thing that's gonna come in there, because they fare fairly well against the ACC. They fare fairly fairly well at times, and have been against the ACC. Like when they played Clemson like 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago, they almost had Clemson. They almost had them. It was that rainy game. It was a game that came back. It was something like that. But I think it's going to be interesting and good for college football. You did. So this been all them binding. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. Peace.